But first, the United States Supreme Court has kept access to the abortion pill, declining to get involved in a lawsuit from anti-abortion doctors.
Columbus Bureau reporter Morgan Trowell has been covering the status of abortion in Ohio for years, including when Ohioans voted to protect abortion access and made it a constitutional right.
She found out how the SCOTUS ruling would impact us.
Reproductive rights advocates have had a successful year in Ohio.
There's this much bigger fight to fully restore federal protections for abortion rights, for access.
Kelly Copeland with Abortion Forward has been fighting inside the Ohio Supreme Court to repeal the state's dozens of anti-abortion provisions. But she now gets to celebrate a federal win. The United States Supreme Court has decided not to take action in a case to block mifepristone, the widely used abortion pill.
It's a relief because half of all abortions in the U.S. are medication abortions.
Legal expert Jonathan Enton explains that this ruling doesn't have a direct impact on Ohio because all the court did was rule that the plaintiffs didn't have a basis to sue. But there are ways that this decision could have a ripple effect in the future.
Some other challenger who could establish a legal injury might be able to pursue the case.
But a new lawsuit could take years, which means elections are vitally important to the status of abortion regulation. If former President Donald Trump wins the presidency, Enton said he could appoint an FDA commissioner who may want to reverse course on mifepristone. And Abortion Ohio's Austin Beigel says since the court won't get involved at this point, the quickest way to restrict abortion is through the federal government.
When you pass that abolition bill, it will trump all of those other regulations.
Beigel and his organization have been promoting both a statewide and a federal bill that criminalizes abortion at any point, meaning a woman taking mifepristone could be charged with homicide.
I don't like the act of taking it intentionally to kill a human being inside of you.
This is why voting in November is essential to both Beigel and Copeland's causes. If Congress passes a federal abortion ban, it would supersede Ohio's constitution.
A nationwide abortion ban could be adopted if the Republicans gain control of both houses of Congress and the White House.
Whether the GOP would actually have the votes to pull that off isn't clear, though, especially since Trump continues to say that abortion is a states' rights issue. Still, the U.S. Senate is barely being controlled by the Democrats, with incumbent U.S. Senator Sherrod Brown facing off against Bernie Moreno, who has said that he would support a federal ban.
We need to keep a pro-choice majority in the U.S. Senate to stop the damage that was done by Trump's judicial appointments.
At the Ohio State House, I'm Morgan Trowell reporting.
Like Morgan mentioned, there is a fight happening at the state Supreme Court. Issue 1 passed in November, but Ohio's abortion restrictions are either blocked or are still law. Groups like Planned Parenthood are fighting repeal Ohio's 6-week abortion ban, which is not currently in effect. The group is also fighting against the state's mandatory 24-hour wait period between seeing a physician and getting an abortion.